Right, guys, welcome to this afternoon's GCSE Foundation session. Okay, I'm going to be turning the comments off. Okay, once you're in and you're logged in and you're ready to go, can you make a start for me, please, on the questions in front of you? Okay, remember, yellow's worth 2 points, green's worth 3, and red is worth 1. Can you have a go at those questions, please? I'll give you 5 minutes. Like, guys, another 3 minutes. Get as much of that done as you can. Two more minutes, guys. Get as much of that done as possible. Right guys, 30 more seconds, finish off whatever one you're on. Right guys, so very quickly I'm going to go through each of these, okay? So again, yellow ones are worth 2 points, greens are worth 3 and reds are worth 1. So just a bit of dividing. Again, we're going to repeat similar topics only because you only need to make sure you get really good at them. 7, 3, 2 divided by 6. 6 goes into 7 once, remainder 1. 6 goes into 13 twice, remainder 1. And 6 goes into 12 twice. So my answer is 122 for the first one, worth 2 points. Next one, 23 divided by 3, 23 divided by 23, add 374. 374, add on 23. 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, and 3 goes down the bottom, 397. 1 mark. Next we've got 83 times by 92. Again, set up your grid. I choose this way because it's the easiest way and it's difficult to get them wrong. Okay, you can pick whatever way you want to use. I don't really mind as long as it's giving you the right answer most of the time. So I've got 8 times 9. Again, I'm going to use a different colour each time only because it makes it easier for you to see. 8 times 9 is 72. 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 2 is 6. And 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, once I'm there, I've got a 6 in the first one. Then I've got a 7, a 6, and a 0, which is 13. Then I've got a 1, a 1, a 2, and a 2, which is 6, and then a 7. So my answer is 7, 6, 3, 6 for 3 points. Okay, once I'm here solving equations, okay, this is what we're doing today. If I got 4 times x equals 36, if I want to get x on its own, I've got to divide by 4. Again, if you're not sure how I've done that, that's what we're going to be doing today anyway. X equals 9. 49 take away 38. Okay, very straightforward taking away. You can do this on your fingers if you wanted to. 9 take away 8 is 1. 4 take away 3 is 1. Gives us 11 for 2 points. Simplify. Okay, when I'm simplifying, I always get some shapes and draw them around the things that are the same. Okay, I've got an x by there, so I'm going to put a shape around it. I'm also going to put a shape around this x. Okay, those two are the same. Okay, 4x plus, the second one, it's important to always make sure you get the sign in front of the shape inside your shape as well. So I've got x plus 4x, gives us 5x. Then I'm going to do some ovals this time. I got minus 1y plus 1y. Well, that's an easy one because minus 1 plus 1 just leaves with nothing. So my final answer is just 5x because the y's cancel each other out. 20% of 540, very straightforward. Always find 10% first. 10% is 54. 20% if you times it by 2 on both sides. 54, you can add it together twice if you want to, gives us 108. Share £30, the ratio 2 to 3. Okay, I've got to add my bits up first. So 2 plus 3 equals 5 shares. So altogether there's 5 shares. There's £30, so I'm going to do £30 divided by 5. Gives me an answer of £6 per share. Then I've got to do £6 times 2, which is £12. And then I've got to do £6 times 3, which is £18. So it's £12 on the left hand side, £18 on the right hand side. Last one. Adding fractions. Okay, if you tuned in this morning, you'll understand this. Okay, I've got to times the two bottom ones together first because the bottom numbers have to be the same. So I've got 10 on the bottom of both. Then I cross multiply. Okay, I do 5 times 1 is 5. 2 times 1 is 2. Then once I'm there, I can just add them up normally, keep the bottom number exactly the same. 5 plus 2 gives me 7. So I get 7 over 2. 7 over 10, sorry. Right guys, add all those up. If you want to DM me your scores at the end of the session, please do. Okay, very straightforward work. Right, let's have a go at some solving equations for today then. So Solving equations is super easy, okay? You just got to make sure you get the steps right. Now, what you're looking at, if you look at the number on the left-hand side, I want to get x on its own. In order to do that, I've got to get rid of whatever's next to x. So the first thing I'm going to get rid of is this plus 3. If I want to get rid of a plus 3, I've got to do the opposite of that on both sides. So in order to get rid of a plus 3, I've got to take away 3 to both sides. If I take away 3 from this side, x and a number, they don't go together, so I just move x straight down. Plus 3 minus 3 makes nothing. 7 take away 3 is 4. So my answer for x equals 4. Okay, same thing over here. I've got an x take away 6 equals 4. Again, I want to get rid of that take away 6. So what I'm going to do to both sides, I'm going to add on 6 to both sides. If I add 6 to both sides, x moves straight down. Plus 6 minus 6 makes nothing. 4 plus 6 is 10. Really straightforward. Down the bottom, 4x equals 20. If 4x is 20 and I want to get rid of that 4 in front of the x, I'm going to have to divide by 4, because this is 4 times. To get rid of it, I'm going to divide by 4. 4x divided by 4 leaves me with just x, 1x. 20 divided by 4 leaves me with 5, so x equals 5. Last one, x over 3 equals 21. In order to get rid of that divided by 3, I'm going to have to times by 3. I times both sides by 3. On the left-hand side, I've got x. On the right-hand side, 21 times 3 gives me 63. So x is 63. Guys, write those examples down. Make sure you understand how I've gotten to where I have. And then can you have a go, please, at the ones on the right-hand side? I'll give you 4 minutes to get, 1 minute, sorry, to get the ones on the right-hand side done. And make sure you get the examples done as well. Last 15 seconds, guys. Get finished the one you're on. Right, so first one. I've got x plus 4 equals 9. Okay, I'm going to take away 4 to both sides. X moves straight down. Plus 4 minus 4 makes nothing. 9 take away 4 is 5. Next one, I've got x take away 3 equals 11. In order to get rid of that take away 3, I'm going to add 3 to both sides. X moves straight down. 11 plus 3 is 14. 5x equals 50, and I'm going to divide both sides by 5. I get an x value of 3. Then on the last one, x over 6 equals 8. I'm going to times by 6 to both sides. I know with an x value of 48. Okay, guys, mark the ones you've done so far. Again, if you're struggling with anything, please give me a message at the end of the session. Right, guys, have a go at those for me, please. Have a go at a couple of those. Again, if you're finding it super easy, maybe start on letter G. It's up to you. Right guys, 30 more seconds on this, then I'm going to move on. Right guys, so mark whatever you've done so far for me, please. Again, these should be quite straightforward. These are just one-step equations, should be okay. These are usually the ones you start off learning. Right guys, make sure they're all marked for me. Again, if you've missed any, come back to them at the end of the session. Or if you're struggling with anything at all, just let me know and I'll help you after the session as well. So 2x take away 3, these are called two-step equations. These are the normal ones you'd see at foundation level, okay? 2x plus 3 equals 15, okay? I've got to get rid of this number on the end first. I can't get to the 2x at the moment because that's trapped. I've got to get rid of the 1 on the end first. So in order to get rid of that 1 on the end, I'm going to take away 3 to both sides. Okay, if I take away 3 to both sides, 2x moves straight down. Minus 3 plus 3 makes nothing. 15 take away 3 is 12. Last step, I'm going to divide both sides by 2 to get rid of that 2. If I divide this side by 2, I get x. I'm going to put that over here. If I divide this side by 2, I get 6. So x equals 6. Just run out of room on that one. Underneath, 4x take away 3 equals 21. Again, I'm going to get rid of this take away 3 first, so I've got to do the opposite. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. 4x moves straight down. Minus 3 plus 3 makes nothing. 21 plus 3 is 24. Then I'm going to divide by 4. 4x divided by 4 gives me x. 24 divided by 4 just gives me 6. I end up with x equals 6. Guys, those should be quite straightforward. If you can get those two examples down for me, and then have a go at the ones on the right hand side. To get those two down, have a go at those over there. Give you another 30 seconds or so to get the 1 on the left, the 2 on the left written down, and then maybe have a go at 1 or maybe 2 of the ones on the right hand side. Right guys, so I'm going to go through these. So 3x plus 6 is 30. I'm going to take away 6 to both sides first. So I end up with 3x equals 30. Again, I've run out of room. I'm going to divide by 3. If I divide the left by 3, I end up with x. If I divide the right by 3, I end up with 10. So x equals 10. Underneath now, 5x take away 7 is 33. I'm going to add 7 to both sides first. So I end up with 5x equals 40. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 5. I end up with x equals 8. Make sure those are marked for me, guys, just so I know you're on the right track. If you are struggling with it all, we're going to have some more practice on it in a sec. Right, cool. Can you have a go at those for me, please, guys? Have a go. It shouldn't be too difficult. Again, it's just basic solving equations, following the same steps. If you are finding this difficult, start from A. If you are finding this okay, start from F. Guys, I'll give you 2 minutes to see how much of that you can get done. Last minute on this, guys, and I'm going to go through it. Right, guys, so going to go through this real quick. Now, the only one I'm going to go through for you, okay, is this one by here, is kind of H and I. Okay, they're the kind of more difficult ones because the x has been given as a negative. Now, I wouldn't leave it like that. If you've got something that says 12, take away 3y equals 6, then I would add 3y to both sides first. What that gives you is 12 equals 3y plus 6. And then it's exactly the same as you've been doing before. You take away 6 from both sides to end up with 6 equals 3y. And then you divide by 3 to give you an answer of y equals 2. Okay, it is back to front, but it means the same thing. Okay, all your answers are there. Can you mark what you've done so far, please? Be careful on J, it does give you a negative answer. Right, cool. If you missed any, remember, come back at the end. Right, guys, so very quickly, going to go through maybe probably the last example of the day. Okay, this is the more difficult stuff. Okay, this is the ones that people find quite difficult. Okay, is when it's got a fraction in it. Now, it's essentially doing the same thing, but in 3 steps. Okay, I've still got to get rid of this bit on the end for the first one. So I'm going to take away 3 to both sides on that one. 2x over 3. Move straight down. Okay, plus 3 minus 3 makes nothing. 7 take away 3 is 4. Next, I'm going to times by 4. And I've got no space to write that. So if you could write that for me, that'd be cool. I'm going to times by 3, sorry. Because I got 3 on the bottom of there. So I'm going to times by 3. I end up with, I'm going to move over here. I end up with 2x equals 12. And then I'm going to divide by 2. So it's following the same steps as before. If I divide by 2, I get 6. It's just there's an extra step added in now. Okay, so similar thing, but there's an extra step added in. Same thing on the bottom. However, I'm going to times through to get rid of this 3 first, because this 3 is all over 3, so I can't get to any of the stuff at the top at the moment. So I'm going to times all of it by 3. I end up with 4x, take away 2, all equal to 10 times 3 is 30. We've got take away 2 by here, so I'm going to add 2 to both sides. 4x equals 32. If 4x is 32 and I divide by 4, I end up with x equals 8 as an answer. Okay, guys, these are the most difficult ones that will come up. Okay, they may not come up on foundation. Okay, they are challenging. Okay, take your time on them. Have a go at the 2 questions over here for me once you think you're done. The first one, for some bizarre reason, is exactly the same. So I'm just going to change that to an 8. No, I'm going to change that to a 9. Have a go at that one for me, please. No, I'm not going to change it to a 9. I'm going to change it to an 11. I'm going to change it to 11. So have a go at those for me, guys, on the right hand side. Did make a mistake on the first one, so I've changed the answer just to make it slightly different to the example, because otherwise it'd be identical. Last minute. Right then, so first step, if I take away 3 first, take away 3 from both sides, I end up with 2x over 3 equals 8. I'm going to times by 3 next, so I end up with 2x equals 24. And then I'm going to divide by 2, so I end up with x equals 12. I've skipped out the middle steps because I think we should be on the way of getting this now. On the bottom one, again, I'm going to times by 4 first. I times both sides by 4. I end up with x plus 5 equals 40. And then if I take away 5, I end up with x equals 35. Guys, mark what you've done. If you don't get those, that's okay. Okay, it's more important that you get the first 2 that we did. This is just a stretch to people who are really, really understanding it. Right, cool. Right, guys, have a go. 4 questions by the last task that we do. Then we'll do a plenary to finish, and then we're done. Have a go at these, please. Last minute, guys. Right, guys, so answers you should have gotten it by there. Again, mark them all for me, make sure they're all correct. If you are making any mistakes, that's okay. Try and work out how you've gone wrong. If you aren't able to, please feel free to message me at any point with a question. Okay, I'll be more than happy to help. Right, guys, very last thing, okay, to kind of tie in what we've done today, okay, you've got 3 boxes by there. I don't expect you to do them all. If you can get some of them done, I want you to attempt 1 box for me, please. 1 of those boxes. We haven't covered the ones in green today, so only try this one. The ones in green and black, only try these 2 if you're super confident, okay? If you're quite confident, try the yellow ones. Only try green and black if you're super confident, because we haven't covered those ones today. They're more for intermediate and higher tier. Don't have to get the whole thing done. Again, if you get some of it done, lots of it done, I'll be really happy. Right guys, so finish off whatever when you're on. Right guys, if you really understood that, that's cool. Mark whatever you've done for me, please. Again, I'm really proud of everyone that's tuned in. Even if you haven't managed to tune in on time, remember these lessons will be available permanently. So it doesn't matter whether you tune in on time, afterwards, it's not really the end of the world. Well done to everyone that did tune in. Mark what you've done for me, please. Remember, if you missed any of the answers or need help, I'm here for you. If you missed them, they'll be available permanently on the Instagram, okay? So well done guys, really proud of all of you.